You're seeing a pull away, and primarily people, I would say, anywhere ranging from 40 to 50 and under, and then drastically, especially under 30, because these are the people that are getting hit the hardest. And they're saying, we're never going to get to be able to buy a house. And it's not just interest rates are the reasons, it's the cost of housing and the availability. I mean, when you've got companies like Blackstone buying up all the houses and turning them into rental homes, and no one in Washington, D.C. is willing to do anything about it, well, you have 20 and 30-year-olds who are frankly pissed off, and rightfully so.
So that is Marjorie Greene on Real America's Voice, following up from a tweet that she had sent out yesterday, where she is rightly pointing out that there is a massive issue with the cost of housing and also the availability of housing. And she in that video points out that these private investment firms are buying up all of these housing and then either converting it over to rentals. And in many of these areas, they buy so many that they effectively have a monopoly. Or they buy up a ton and then only release a few at a time for sale so they can artificially drive up the price. And they can do this legally because, as she points out, neither the Democrats or the Republicans have taken a strong enough stance against this. And so she's doing this, and she's right. But it's also clearly part of her attempt to rehabilitate herself as an independent. She's in that video and in her tweet pointing out that the Republicans are an active part of this. The issue that I have isn't so much with the facts. I'm glad that she's pointing out some of this. It's more with she wants to have her independence and eat it too. That she on this issue and on others, like on Gaza, is rightly pointing out that the Republicans suck the big one on this topic. But it's just Republicans. It's not the Republican. It's not the head Republican. It's not Big Papa Republican who has totally cowed all of the other Republicans. None of this reflects poorly, according to her, on Donald Trump. The dude who's in charge of what they do in the House and in the Senate. The dude who's friends with all the CEOs of these private investment firms and everything, and is paying them back with the big, beautiful bill that she signed, or not signed, that she voted for. And so I'm glad that she's on our side on this, and she's right. And we can talk more about the facts. It is a very rough situation and a lot more should be done. But it's not like Donald Trump is trying to do that. So if you're gonna pitch yourself as being against this uniparty, you can't be against the party without being against the head of the party. I wouldn't think, Sharon. What do you think?
I agree with you 100%. I want to give her little wins, little bit of credit here and there because she was at such a deficit for so long. But while not referencing the wizard, who I do hope stays behind the curtain, we don't need to see any more of Donald Trump. She's it's not authentic here, okay? Go all the way. What I want to see her do is criticize the president when she believes something, such as this. What I want to see her do is join forces with the woman she chased down the hall to her office, AOC. Do you agree with her on anything? Appear together.
Been great on this.
Act like you have some sense. And hey, maybe there is redemption. Maybe there is a way to resurrect or perhaps bolster your public image with integrity.
Yeah, it's totally true. And AOC has had some great policies on this. A lot of those, young progressive women of color who she's clashed with in some really disgusting ways are the ones leading on this. Harris, by the way, had some good policies on trying to make housing more affordable and accessible. I don't think Marge was really giving her a lot of credit for that back in the day.
Jasmine
and I will
Crockett.
also. What's that?
Let's put Jasmine Crockett, have them team up on. This is what I would advise her.
Never
Can
gonna
Jen
happen.
call her and ask her to do something? Maybe she'll do it.
And I would also, and maybe this is me being too critical or whatever, but I would say, while she's been great the last couple of weeks and very outspoken about a number of topics, Gaza and this, I've also noticed isn't it convenient that all of a sudden she's super focused on housing policy when the previous thing that she cared about even is going back before she was ever in elected office, which is the cabal of PDF files. She's too busy talking about the housing thing, talking about the fact that Donald Trump is engaged in an obvious transparent cover up of the Epstein files. I'm just saying, she was a warrior on this topic until Donald Trump got caught up in it. And all of a sudden she wants to talk about anything else. And I agree with some of the stuff she's talking about, but maybe some consistency would be nice.